This is Karen, and this is another Off the Cuff. Now, as you all know, I'm not one for green, but that doesn't mean that you aren't. So, sorry, I'll just put my lights on so that we're a bit brighter. Yeah, doesn't mean that just because I don't like green, doesn't mean you don't. So today I'm going to use some of the old olive and, well, get rid of some of the old olive if I'm being honest. Okay, we're using the Petal palette, but we're only using, excuse me, I'll put my teeth in. We're only using the words from that, and we're using Springtime Impressions and the large die. Now, I've already cut this out ahead of time, which is just as well, because I tried cutting it before and it really didn't come out well. I was doing my old trick of putting it in that way up, and I forgot to put the tin the right way around, or the silver foil the right way around, so I stuffed it up, but it didn't turn out really well anyway. I ended up having to get my the metal cutting plate out so that I could get a really good cut. Okay, this is not facing the way I wanted it. I actually wanted it to face that way, but it's facing that way instead. That's why that one's cut the wrong way around. Now, all the measurements can be found on my blog. I'll just move the stamp set out the way because I haven't got the stamps out yet. But we've got our normal base card, which is 4 inches by 5.5. I've already layered the inside with the Whisper White. I normally do that with coloured bases, as you know, so that you've got something nice to write on and you don't have to use any special pen. Okay, now I've also got another 2 pieces of Old Olive and DSP. Now this is from, I can't remember the name of the specialty paper that it was from, but it's the one that's got all the silver in it, and it's got really large flowers. It's more like a wedding type cardstock. So these are the 2 that I'm using, as well as the silver foil. Okay, so we'll move straight on. I need to affix this straight to the base card, and I'm going to use liquid glue because I'm using a specialty paper which is thick anyway, and I'm using a coloured cardstock as the base, which is thicker than our normal Whisper White, and so you won't see the glue coming through. So I'm just going to pop that on there. I know one person I won't be giving this card to, and that's my mother. Green is not my favourite colour. I like shades of teal. Some people say that that is green. To me, because I like blue, it is more of a blue shade. But my mother loathes green. Will not have any green in her house if she can help it. She says she gets enough green out in the garden because she's a gardener. Okay, I'm not actually going to, actually I will stamp this. I'm going to bring in the other Petal palette, and I don't use this stamp very often, but I'm going to use it today. Okay, so it's the leaf stamp, and which is the best sized block? This big one, which is an E block. So I'm just going to pop that on there, bring in the Old Olive, and I'm just going to do tone on tone stamping, and I'm going to stamp all over this piece, which is our layering piece. Another piece there, and we'll just do one there and one there, and that's not quite, there we go, just so that we're defining the edges. So we'll put the Old Olive away for now. I'll probably bring it back in after, because I'm going to need to do a sentiment. This is a really juicy Old Olive. I don't use Old Olive, as you can see. I've had this Old Olive for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. As you can see, I don't use it much because it's really juicy still. I'm going to have to get some more off. Otherwise I'm going to end up with it all over my fingers, and it'll end up all inside the card. Okay. Still a bit wet in places. How's that? Just shows you how long the Stampin' Up! Inks last for. Okay. Now, we're going to tear that across like so to give it a bit of texture there, and use up a bit more of the old olive by just giving that a tap across the bottom, just to give it a bit more of a defined edge. Oh, and I've done it over. Oh well. Give it a bit more there. That's going to give it a bit more of a defined edge, and we'll just get rid of some excess. Gee, it really does have a lot of ink in there, and honestly, I have not re-inked that at all. I've had it for umpteen years, and it hasn't been re-inked once. Wow, that surprised even me. Okay, so we've definitely got a defined edge now, so that piece will go on there. I'm just going to dry it off a little bit more. Wow, that surprised the heck out of me. Okay, now that's going to go there, so I'm going to bring in my fast fuse, which I'm very quickly running out of. But as you'd all be aware by now, if you're regular watchers, I have a small business where I make wedding invitations, so even though I'm running out of fast fuse, I do, however, have another really strong glue that I can use for my wedding cards. I had been using the fast fuse when I was making for customers, but since we don't have it anymore in our online store, I won't be using it. I'll have to go back to the other one, which is a bit more expensive. Okay, that's that bit done. Now I'm going to bring this in, and I need to have that go down the side there. As you can see, we've got two different slants on it, but don't cry, but I'm going to actually distress this as well. I think you've seen me do this before on another card, and I can hear you wailing in the background there. Okay, now I see I could do it that way, but I'm still going to do it that way so that we've got the zigzaggy thing going there. Okay, now what glue am I going to use? I might use the fast fuse and just put a little bit here and there, like so, and even though it will be tacky through the holes, we can fix that if it's too tacky. And now I can't find it. I do have my powder bag here, so even though it's on the silver, I can put a bit of powder on there to de-sticky. And we'll just brush it off. It just gives it a more distressed look again. Okay, and now for the sentiment. I'm going to bring back in our Petal palette and decide which sentiment I want to go across here. I might put congratulations. It's a nice long word, and I haven't used it from this set yet apparently. As you can see, I haven't torn the back off. So we'll pop that on there. Now, it was Whisper White that was used in this DSP stack, so I will bring in a little bit of Whisper White, bring in our old olive again, get our congratulations done. Very blotchy, that. This is why they've had to bring in the defoamer, because it does tend to foam up a little bit when it's very juicy pads. Okay, bring in my paper trimmer. So now this is a real off the cuff, because even I didn't know what I was going to do with this. I had a basic idea, but no firm idea. See, I still don't know where I'm going to place it. I might actually trim it down just a little bit. My dog's going berserk outside. Somebody's obviously walking their dog past the property, because Kaya is doing her nut. So please excuse the noise in the background. Okay, we have our congratulations, and we have some more silver glimmer paper, not glimmer paper, silver foil. So I'm going to pop that on there. And there we go. Bring in my paper snips. And I'm not going to do a full border. I'm using the paper as a guide, and I've gone over there a bit. Bring in the longer paper, the longer scissors. There's my phone in the background. That will be Miss 14 wanting a lift home from school. Might actually bring that in from the side there. What do you think? How does that look on camera? That doesn't look too bad. I will go and pick her up from school in a moment, but she can wait until I've finished filming. Okay. So if we bring that in, okay, before I do anything else, I haven't used anything out of here yet, as you can see. So that's not really suitable, but the white would be. So if I like so, and sticky that on the back, and just pull that in all different directions. Okay, so put a bit more fast fuse to hold it in place, and pop that there. And then, as you can see, I've used absolutely nothing out of this set yet, and it's not meant to go with the old DSP, but these little silver roses will reflect the silver rose in the back of that, so I'll just pop the backing off, like so, and just pop that there. Okay, all of those off to the side. Let's get rid of this mushy paper. Okay, I don't mind that, considering it's green. I can finish off the inside however I would like, but what do you think? I don't actually mind that. For something that was a total off-the-cuff moment, I'm quite pleased with how that turned out, even with the little rose there. Okay, that's enough from me. I better go and pick Madam up from school. I will speak to you all later. Bye bye.